what's happening, people? What's happening, folks? Fight week. Canelo Alvarez versus Jamel Charlo. Can Jamel Charlo beat Canelo Alvarez? I don't see it happening. I really don't see it happening. I think Canelo beats him, but I can see an exciting fight. I can see a very, very exciting fight. When you see them head to head and you didn't know boxing and you looked at the two fighters and you said which one is coming up in weight and which one's the legit middleweight. For somebody that didn't know boxing, they would say Charles is middleweight and Canelo was coming up in weight just because the height difference. Do you know what I mean? So it's that. That being said, it's going to make an interesting fight. I don't think because Charlo's stepping up in weight a couple of divisions that's going to make a big difference because Charlo was a big man. I think that extra, what we're talking here, 154, that extra stone, which is 14 pounds, will do him the world of good. But I think Canelo beats him. And the reason I say that is I always go back to the first fight with Brian Castano for Charlo. Castano, the shorter man, kept on landing that sort of like chopping right hand over the top. Canelo lands that high guard. Canelo does that catch and shoot. Boom, comes around the left hook. Then I mean, Castano had, I think it was a third round in that fight when he clipped Charlo with the left hook as well to catch and shoot. Canelo's been doing that a lot lately. This sort of high guard and then just wham, whipping the shots around. And he has got that chopping right hand as well, the same as Castano. Now maybe Charlo has been looking at that and thinking, that's exactly how Castano fought, was the catch and shoot, chopping right hand, whip that left hook around. Maybe Charles preparing for that because that's, if you look at the Bivol fight, you look at the fight with Caleb Plant with Canelo, I think that's what the game plan was, the catch and shoot, was to just land that big sickening shot, and it worked, other than the Bivol fight. The Callum Smith fight, the taller fighter, Canelo targeted the arm to bring his left arm down. He kept on punching Callum Smith's left arm and, you know what I mean, bust up his biceps. So I think the Canelo I want to see is more of the Danny Jacobs Canelo when he fought Danny Jacobs. I think with that little bit more head movement, that little bit of elusiveness, that little bit of slip and encountering. I think that's the Canelo we need for Charlo. Charlo, he can swing, he can trade as well, and that's why I'm thinking it's going to be an exciting fight, because if you go back to the Castano fight again, the first fight especially, you've seen that Charlo, every time Castano was on the front foot and pushing him back and landing them big sickening shots, Charlo was willing to trade. He was willing, he would step back and he'll come back with his own little flurry. And I think that will suit Canelo, because Charlo's the type of fighter that if you hit him with 3 or 4 punches, he's going to come back with 3 or 4 of his own. And I think maybe that will benefit and will suit Canelo a little bit better. The thing is as well with Canelo is, even though he's small in height, he's thick, he's solid, he's a big man. I think that he has fought the bigger men. He's fought up at light heavyweight. He's fought guys like Callum Smith, who's 6'4", legit super middleweight. He's going to come in well over close to the cruiserweight limit in that fight. The Bivol fight, light heavy. The Kovalev fight, light heavy. Do you know what I mean? So he's been there. He's fought the bigger man. He's used to fighting bigger men. So this isn't going to be nothing new to Canelo. For Charlo, stepping up in weight, how does he carry that extra 14 pounds? 16 pounds, sorry, that extra stone and a half. You know what I mean? That might tire him. That might take his legs away from him in the later rounds. Who knows? But what I will say is, I just think that'll be an exciting fight to watch. It's going to be a buzz. I'm looking forward to it. But I just think that with Canelo, with the Danny Jacobs fight, the one with the looseness, you've seen it, but when he slipped, dipping and rolling, I think that's the Canelo we need to see. And in the counter shots as well. He hits hard, Canelo. I don't think he'll stop Charlo. If he does, it will be late. But I do think that Canelo does get the job done. I think he's legit, he's solid, he's compact. I think that he basically mentioned that the Bivol fight had a hand injury, shouldn't have been in that fight. Well, you know what I mean? Bivol is a fantastic fighter, man. He's fundamentally, the jabs, the 1-2s, everything is just neat, and there's nothing extravagant about Bivol. He just does everything fundamentally correct, and that's it. Get the fundamentals right, and boxing's easy, as they say. But I think that Canelo does beat Charlo. If he does stop him, it'll be in rounds 11 and 12. But I can see it being an exciting fight that catches fire with Canelo. Maybe dropping Charlo. Who knows? I just think the super middleweight suits Canelo. and he does pack a punch, Canelo, and he if he does land, Brian Castano was small. He wobbled Charlo in the third round. If you watch it back, he wobbled him, dip his knees at least. And I think if Canelo does that, he won't make you dip your knees, he'll make you take a knee. Do you know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to the fight. Canelo does it. Fingers crossed. He fights either Jamal Charlo or he fights Terence Crawford. Because I think we've had a good year with boxing. I think if he fights Crawford, boxing is just on a high. This is what boxing needs. Showtime, HBO, leaving boxing. So I think we need to keep these mega fights happening if the boxing wants to keep bringing these fans through the gate and keep bringing these fans watching on pay-per-view and all these networks and whatnot. Keep these networks involved. But like I say, Canelo beats Charlo. That's how it happens. But you tell me. Leave a comment, let me know, and let's get this started. Boom.